This is breaking news.
We're following breaking news. Members of the Yemeni American Merchants Association speaking out after an 18-year-old working at his father's bodega was shot in the head in Brooklyn. Let's go to
leaders also to help with public safety, to include the apprehension of those who commit these violent crimes. Again, I want to thank the community, the Yemen community, and everyone else a part of East Flatbush and Flatbush, and that she's a part of each and every one of you guys, and would want to make sure that she wants to let you know that she will be and do everything she can in order to make sure that we get the public safety that we need and apprehend the violence that goes on in our neighborhoods. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Daryl. We also have with us representatives from the New York City Public Advocate's Office. We have Jeffrey Sevier, who is the Special Assistant to the Public Advocate. And we also have the Brooklyn Borough Advocate, Jibril Jallo, who are here just representing. Please wave so people know that you're here. Really high. Where are you? Jibril? Okay. Okay. Oh, Jibril is back there. We thank you for coming out and representing the public advocate. Okay, great. Okay. Now I'd like to invite up our city councilwoman, who is the councilwoman for this district, Councilwoman Farah Lewis, who I am a proud resident in her district, and really happy to see her here standing with us. This is not the first time that she's dealing with this issue. There have been many issues, but I appreciate her for once we called her, she went to the hospital and visited Sayid and his family. She was a direct communication between our organization and his father, and we're really grateful to have her leadership. So, Councilwoman, please join us. You're very welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Councilmember Farah Lewis. I represent Council District 45. And I just came to share that I stand with Sayid's family, the Yemeni American Merchants Association, and the community at large. We shouldn't be having to deal with gun-toting perpetrators coming into our community and attacking our small business owners and clerks, and just the community at large. Gun violence is something that we've been trying to tackle with even before the pandemic, but I think it's been exacerbated to the ultimate degree. My office is working with the City Council as a whole and local colleagues of mine to address gun violence. We've provided cure violence programs in our community, but we know that it needs to be enhanced. We look forward to working with the new administration to make sure that that happens. But in the meantime, we're denouncing this particular incident and every other incident that has happened in this district to small business owners like this business here. This is not the first time we're dealing with a local bodega where store owners are getting shot at. It's something that has to stop. And I look forward to, I see some organizations out here. I see the God Squad is out here, East Flatbush Village, and some others. I look forward to working with the Attorney General's office. We all have to work together to make sure that we're occupying our blocks and neighborhoods, but supporting these same small business owners who kept their doors open during the pandemic. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't get our local coffee, our newspapers, diapers, anything that you need. These local store business owners are there for us. So now we have to be there for them. It is our responsibility because they are also homeowners, they are also New Yorkers, and they need to be respected. So I stand with your community and the Sayid's family and look forward to making sure that we do our due diligence. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Councilwoman, for your leadership. Not only attending this event, but also extending your support to the family. I know that Sayid's father, when he received a visit from you, he was very, very touched. His mother was very touched. And that's what we need right now, is we need community solidarity. All of these small businesses need the solidarity of New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs to just simply extend your hand out to them and say to them, we appreciate you and appreciate the service you are providing our communities. I would also now like to invite up Randy Gonzalez, who is here from the United Bodega of America. They represent the Dominican bodegas across the city. I want people to understand when we say small businesses, it's a very diverse community that is running all of these small businesses. And it's mostly immigrant run. And so we appreciate the United Bodega of America standing with us almost at every event that we're holding or they hold. We are there hand in hand, showing that we all have to stick together to support one another. So Randy, welcome.
Hello everyone. I'm deeply saddened by Zayid's situation. I'm a bodega owner, worker, and every day I feel like my life is at fear because of the way the city is. So I stand with you guys 100%, and we're gonna get justice. So right now, New York City is a classic living example of the broken window theory. So that means when small crime is overseen, criminals recognize it, and they're gonna say, okay, this got away, we could do more, and they're gonna keep doing more until something is done. So we need New York City to stand behind us. We need them to protect us. We need when we call for them to respond. Like, there's incidents where I'm not ashamed of saying where I lie and I say that the situation is very drastic because that's the only time they will respond. And sometimes they don't even come. They'll come an hour later. Like, what are you gonna do an hour later? Like, I got 5 kids. What if something happens to me? What's gonna happen to my family? We need your help. We need you guys to be responsive. So I'm sorry, it's a little bit emotional because it could happen to me like it happened to him. So we need the help of the police. We need you guys to help us. We need you guys to be responsive. If Eric Adams, I love him, I support him, help us form a little crime unit within each precinct for small businesses, because there's a lot of small businesses. This is one block and I see over 20, 30 businesses. Something is gonna happen. The economy is very messed up right now, and with economic distress, people go to extreme measures. Not because they want, some do it because that's just who they are, some do it because they have to feed their family. And it's crazy as much as it sounds, but that's the world we live in today. So we need the protection, we need the help, we need the unity of the community to protect us as well. Show us love like y'all continue to do. We've been open through the pandemic, feeding families, feeding neighborhoods. Help us help everyone. Estamos bien inseguros nosotros, dominicanos, yemeníes. Todo el mundo que tiene un negocio chiquito ahora está en una situación bien difícil. No nos sentimos seguros, no estamos protegidos por la ciudad, por la policía. Necesitamos que cuando llamen a la policía por un incidente que nos responde, que vayan, que nos visiten, porque por una papita uno puede perder la vida. Like I said, for a bag of chips you could lose your life. So please, we need to be unified. We need the help of the city. We need the help of the police. We need it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming out and standing with us. This is a fight for all small businesses, and without all of you being together, it's not going to happen. So we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite up Zaid Naji, who is also a member of the Yemeni American Merchants Association and also a small business owner himself.
Thank you, Dr. Debbie. Brother, our son, Zayid, and his family, they left Yemen. So did Ahmed al-Mulaiki, who passed away a month ago, and Yahya al-Muntasir and Muhammad Qutaish, who also were killed last year in the Bronx. And everyone here and their families, we left Yemen, we left death, we left poverty, we left corruption, we left a system that does not work. We came here seeking an opportunity, but it looks like death is hunting us. This is not a Yemeni American issue or a Dominican American issue. This is a community issue. The criminals who took our lives, or people who go outside the lines to obtain what they want, they don't belong to any community. This is an American issue. This is a human issue. Please, please, look very hard at the faces here. The Yemeni Americans, the Dominican Americans, and everybody. Because they all gonna go back to work in stores. They left their stores and come to here to attend this. Are we gonna come back next week to see that one of us here is no longer with us? Some of us here attended Ahmed al-Mulaiki press conference in Manhattan about 40 days ago, whom killer is known, and the DA is refusing to order the capture. Are we gonna come next week or the week after for another press conference? Nothing occur. 30 minutes or so it took to answer the call of Ahmed al-Mulaiki in a precinct that's only half away. A block away, half a block away or a block away. 30 minutes. This is the thing we ran away from in Yemen. Unacceptable, yes. Please, please, this community that lost a lot of lives in the pandemics, while people were quarantining, we were here and serving the communities. Help us fight the death that we ran away from in Yemen. One more thing I want to say, every time a store or a store owner is hurt, you're not just hurting the store owner or the family of the store owner, you are hurting 20 homes in Yemen. This particular store is help feeding 20 homes in the impoverished, war-torn Yemen. So thank you for coming, and hopefully that the system works. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zaid. Now we also have a representative from Congresswoman Yvette Clarke's office. She was not able to make it because she's in Washington, D.C. for a session. We have here with us Jean Velasquez, who will say a few words on her behalf.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for including Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke in this collective call to denounce this senseless shooting of an innocent young man working to support his family business. The Congresswoman wants to ensure that her voice is included in denouncing this terrible incident. This is truly an awful event, and it hurts all of us. This young man was working in his family's deli to support his family and does not deserve this senseless attack on him. Brooklyn, we must all do better. Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke sends her sincere condolences to the family and stands ready to support them as needed. No one deserves to live in fear of getting shot. We have too many guns in the wrong hands. Our people deserve a free world, free of fear and fear of getting shot and having to live in a community too quick to grab a gun to resolve disputes. Brooklyn, we must all do better. Congresswoman Clarke is calling on those responsible to turn themselves in. If anyone knows the perpetrators who committed this heinous act, please come forward. We are our brother's keepers, and that is the Brooklyn spirit. Stop the violence, put down these guns, and please, let's all help make this world a better place, safe for all. Enough is enough. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Jean. We really appreciate the Congresswoman and her commitment to our community. She has been a staunch supporter, not only when there are incidents that happen, but she has been a big supporter under the Muslim ban, where she's helped so many of our community members reunite with their families. I would also now like to invite up Hercules Reed, who is actually representing the Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams, our future mayor-elect.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hercules Reed, and I'm here on behalf of our Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams. And I definitely heard what you shared, and will make sure to bring back that idea, that suggestion to him. As was said earlier, the prerequisite to prosperity is public safety. If people don't feel safe, their businesses won't prosper. Here we are standing in front of this business that should have been operating right now, that is shut because of what happened a few days ago. And like was said, these are mouths, these are families that are now impacted by someone's decision to pull the trigger. We are dealing with multiple pandemics in our communities, and as we try to cycle out of COVID-19, we are still heavily impacted by the pandemic of gun violence in our community. And the Borough President has been an advocate and a voice for these issues forever, and he will continue to stand with these communities who are directly impacted. We stand here in solidarity with the families and the communities of East Flatbush. I myself live in this community, and my heart is racing watching that video because I have been in and out of this deli. I actually have met Sayid, and to see him on the camera trying to do his job and being shot for doing his job, it breaks my heart because it reminds us that, again, we are in a space where people are suffering from issues from mental health, from financial hurt and burdens, but also struggling to keep their businesses open. And the city, the state, and all of us must come together in unity and solidarity to make sure that we continue to thrive, not just survive. So I want to thank you for this opportunity to stand here and stand in solidarity as a neighbor, but also as a representative on our behalf of our Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd also like to invite up Francisco Marte from the Bodega and Small Business Group. Is he here?
Francisco?
Francisco?
Not yet.
Okay, he's not here yet. Okay. I'd like to invite up my dear brother, Tiny from Black Spade, who traveled all the way from the Bronx. All the way from the Bronx to stand in solidarity and share words of wisdom of the important work that they're doing in the Bronx to help small businesses and communities live side by side. So welcome, Tiny.
Thank you. Please forgive my voice. I had the COVID, so it makes me stutter a little. But my prayers go out to the young man and his family. You know, I've been moving around the boroughs for the same old thing, for the violence that's plaguing our community. I stand here today with the Yemens and all the small businesses to let them know that we stand in solidarity with them. But we all have to realize one thing. Our politicians and our police department, they're not the answer. Each and every one of you guys standing in this circle here today is the answer. It's the community. My t-shirt reads, "It takes a village." I am a former gang member from the 70s. We have an organization called TBS New Direction, Black Spades in a New Direction. We're trying to bring light, more light to the city now. And it takes a village. We have to understand that all these small businesses and the Yemen and the Bangladesh, they are now a part of the village. And if we don't stand together and work together, it's not going to work. And every time I turn around, we're coming out. And we're coming out and we're facing the horrors that face us. When do we stand together? We don't rely on our politicians. We can't rely on our police department. Yes, they're going to do the best they can. But the answers to our communities relies on us standing together as a village. And if we can't learn to stand together as a village, then it's not going to work. I don't care what you say, what you do. They can give us all the money. They can bring in all the police. But if everybody in this circle do not stand together, then what do we do? So my prayers go out, and like I say, I'm here. I go to every borough. I'm here with the small businesses. I represent them as far as standing up, willing to work with them. But as I say once again, we all have to stand together as a village. Thank you.
Can you talk about what you're doing in the Bronx, please?
Well, in the Bronx right now, former gang members, we working with gang members of today. We're bringing brothers and sisters together. We're trying to see, you understand, let them understand that there's a life when you get tired of being sick and tired. And we want them to have something. We want them to have skills, education. So we go into schools. We're about to go into the prisons and start talking to people. Let them know that there's a life. It's not, you know, and the violence that plagues our community today is just something that's just been on the rise. And with all the programs that's being taken away and have been taken away. And now the virus is here. The virus ain't do nothing but it just enhance everything. But you know, we have to bring back options for our young men and women. You understand? And to bring back these options, we got to bring back the village. Absolutely. We got to bring back our churches. We got to bring back a lot of things just to let people know that in order for our survival to be survivors, we have to stand together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tiny. After-school programs, community centers, opportunities to do positive things is what we need for our youth. I'd like to now invite up Ahmed Mohammed from the Council on American Islamic Relations, New York, to say a few words.
Salam and peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you all for coming here. My name is Ahmed Mohammed. I'm the legal director at the Council on American Islamic Relations, New York. We're a Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization. First off, we want to send our support to Sayid and his family. What has happened here is a tragedy. We have seen the scourge of gun violence rear its ugly head once again. And right now, as we're coming out of a COVID-19 pandemic, we see that gun violence really is directed towards the Yemeni American bodega owners and other small businesses around the city. It has to come to an end. There's too many individuals who are being gunned down right now, and in this situation here, should have never happened. We have to create opportunities, like the previous individuals have stated, for our young brothers and sisters to where picking up a gun and using it is no longer an option. Create other opportunities for them to de-escalate these types of situations. And I hope that our next mayor will really focus on this issue of not just gun violence, but also creating opportunities for our young men and women, for supporting our community-based organizations who are involved in youth development, who are involved in de-escalating situations, creating de-escalation programs, training bodega owners, working with our community members so that we can all come together to make sure that gun violence decreases in our city and that we could live together peacefully for the prosperity of not just Yemeni Americans, but our entire city. And that is really important because individuals like Sayid, they have dreams. I was speaking with his father, and he was telling me that Sayid has dreams, and his dream is not to be gunned down by gun violence. His dream is to engage in real estate work. His dream is to be involved in crypto, currency and investments and trading. And that is what we have to do. We have to protect Sayid. We have to protect his dreams and the other individuals around the city so that they can live throughout the city chasing their dreams instead of fearing for their lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ahmed. Really appreciate your words. I'd like to invite up now Monique Waterman from the East Flatbush Village. She is the founder of this organization that serves in this community. So please, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you for being out here and support all walks of life. When something happens to one, it happens to all. My name is Monique Chandler Waterman. I'm a community advocate, founder of East Flatbush Village, Inc. I'm gonna take the time now to have my 18-year-old son, Eric, can you come stand next to me? If anybody else is here with East Flatbush Village for the community, come stand. Herbert, come stand. Our community kids, one of our youth again. Tyler, who's here as well. We stand united. As a mother of 4, I understand deeply how this feels when a community child, this is a community child, this is our child, we was talking about it, this is not just some random child. We started an organization because of the gun violence, because of the wraparound service that's needed in the community, not just for one community, for the whole entire community. When we make a whole community safe, guess what? Ours, yours is safe as well. So it's not my problem. I'm gonna keep on walking. I'm not gonna be nosy. Be very nosy when it comes to your community because bullets have no name. They don't say I'm gonna shoot this one and not that one. I'm gonna shoot the target and not the target. This is our youth. I went to Idol Fusion at the corner of Junction. You know the first thing that came to their mind? They were talking about Sayid. They said he was a nice young man, young brother. and all they want to do is know how can they support. The merchants around here want to know how they can support. So this is not a I problem, this is a we problem. And as an advocate for over 10 years, fighting against gun violence, we know it's deep layer with issues. It's not just throw police, one agency. We need mental health, we need jobs, we need support, we need you, we need all of us to come to the table. Let's stop saying it's not our problem. It is your problem. We did anti-violence march that passed up and down, that Pastor Monrose had talked about. Up and down, he went to every merchant. This store right here. Let us put up posters. Cheered us on as we did the anti-violence march. We have so much work to do, but the system has failed us all. So on behalf of that, I'm saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This should not have happened. I'm very sorry, and we cannot let this happen. As a mother, I understand deeply how this pains the community. Remember, when someone gets shot, it's not just the victim, it's the shooter as well, and it's the whole community, the family of the shooter, the family of the victim. Everyone is traumatized. And you remember, oh my gosh, I was just there. My mother called me in terror because she was standing right here when the shooting happened. This is not a way to live. So we're asking for resources to come in a major way to this community. Small business owners, thank y'all so much for having our back, keeping us alive through the pandemic. You were the lifeline, the blood, the heart of the community. We respect that, and we appreciate you. Are our family. I don't care where you're from. We are all one. And we're going to continue building this community as one. So whatever support you need, we are here. And I'm going to have Tyler just speak a little bit about what the organization is doing. The beauty of it is when you build something to pass the baton on to the kids, the youth in the community. This is our future. And we want to continue building them up. So when you see the youth doing a good job, he was in here working hard, supporting his family, we have to say, good job, good work, and continue to uplift our youth. And I'm going to pass the baton over to Tyler. You can move over here, and Herbert, and y'all speak on East Southbridge Village, Inc. And thank you so much for the work that y'all doing.
It's hard for me to speak. I'm at a loss of words. No hate crime is a good thing. There is no such thing as a good hate crime. There's no such thing as a good moment in these times, in these situations. My heart goes out to the families and the community. What I'm here and Herbert is here to do, we are here to fight against hate crimes. We're here to educate you in how to stand up against hate crimes, how to reach out to people and get help that you need so it doesn't escalate to a situation like this. Oh, okay. Yeah, as I was saying, we're here to help y'all educate everyone on the way that you can fight against hate crimes in all communities, not just Black, not just Asian, not just Arabic, every single community that experiences hate crimes as a whole. I'm sorry, I'm shaking a little bit because it's a little personal and it's a little at home for me because I actually have a 1-year-old son, and when I think about the future that I'm raising my son in, it really terrifies me. I wouldn't want my son to be in this type of lifestyle. I don't want anybody's son, daughter, mother, brother, sister, grandmother in this situation. So I would love to be able to help. I know Herbert would love to be able to help, and everybody in every part of this organization would love to help in any possible way we can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And Monique, your words really hit home, and I got very emotional hearing them because this is what we need. We need all of us to be invested in this. And so the Yemeni American Merchants Association, the Yafa Community Center, we count on us as partners to do this work. And Reverend Gil Monrose, I want you to know that we want to partner in supporting. Yama has been actually doing some work. We want to do de-escalation training for our members. We want to give back to communities. We've actually started this year with backpack giveaways from bodegas. We've also given out from bodegas turkeys for Thanksgiving. We just need more funding to be able to support our small businesses, to to be seen as a part of the community and giving back. So we look forward to working with all of you on this.
100%.
Absolutely. So now, last but not least, my dear brother from the Bodega and Small Business Group, Francisco Marte, is here, and I'd like to give him a couple of minutes to give remarks as another business member who owns his own business and represents small bodegas in the Dominican community.
Thank you, and I'm here in solidarity with Sayid Muthana and the families, all of the Yemeni organization. We are brothers, we are only one families. All of we got to come together to face the situation that we have. A nombre de la Asociación de Bodegueros y Pequeños Comerciantes, queremos darle el apoyo a nuestros hermanos, a la comunidad yemení, a la familia de Sayid Muthana, y quiero que sepan, nosotros estamos aquí para trabajar juntos. Lo que está sucediendo ahora es algo fuera de control. Nosotros necesitamos que la policía actúe más rápido, pero necesitamos también que los líderes nuestros electos le den el apoyo, trabajen más con el Departamento de Policía y con la comunidad, que podamos tener una mayor comunicación para evitar que esto esté sucediendo. La situación está muy fuera de control, está sucediendo mucha violencia en nuestra comunidad, en nuestros negocios, en nuestra bodega, mucho robo, no hay respuesta, las personas se sienten inmunes porque no tienen la presión de que la policía va a llegar, porque hemos llamado a la policía y duran mucho tiempo para llegar. Tenemos miembros de la organización que han llamado 3 veces el 911, ha quedado registrado y ha habido problemas donde han salido personas heridas. Entonces, nosotros necesitamos que haya una mayor colaboración y una mayor atención del Departamento de Policía con nosotros, con los comerciantes, con los bodegueros cuando llamamos para bajar la tensión, de-escalate the situation, que podamos manejar la situación antes que pueda convertirse en una tragedia. Así que juntos tenemos que trabajar todas las comunidades, porque esto afecta a la comunidad completa, no solo a nuestros hermanos yemeníes, dominicanos, esto nos afecta a todos como comunidad. Yo estoy hablando a nombre de la comunidad y de todos los negocios pequeños que nos afecta, que estamos afectados. Necesitamos tener una mayor relación y que venga la paz a nuestra calle, a nuestra comunidad y así tener un mejor New York. We got the best state, New York. We just got to come together and work together, and all of the community, and we're going to have a strong New York and a strong community. Gracias.
Thank you so much, Francisco. We really appreciate you. Now I'm going to be introducing Sayid's father, but before I introduce Sayid's father, I want to just share a little bit about what he said to me when I spoke to him a couple of days ago. He said to me that one of the most important things that he wants everybody to know is that he loves his neighbors and his customers. He's grown in this community. He's been here for 40 years. He's been a part of this community when his father first opened up a bodega. He has roots here. He's invested, and he wants everybody to know that he's not going anywhere, but he wants the support of the community. And so I now call up Sayid Muthana, the father of Sayid Muthana, the 18-year-old who was shot at this bodega this past Saturday. Sayid, please join me.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
First, I want to talk about my son Sayid. You know, he's a good kid who go to school early, you know, in the day and night. He come here with me to help me, you know, try to make a living. His dream was big. He wanted to do something better than what I do, not a store. He wanted to be a real estate, be in real estate, doing better than what I do. He was always telling me, Dad, you could have did better, you could have do something, go to school. That's why I was telling him, stay in school and do better than what I did, you know. He's always working hard, trying to bring food to the table, and I want justice for him. For those people that did that to him. He was a good kid. Everybody in the community loved him. Both of my kids used to come and help me.
Can you tell us how he's feeling?
Well, he's doing bad, fighting for his life, you know, in the hospital. The bullet is still in him, but in God's will, you know, he'll be good. But the only thing I want justice, you know, to be, so I want to bring those people that, you know, responsible for it. That's the most important thing. And I would like to thank everybody for coming, all communities, councillors, and everybody.
It is a very emotional time for our brother Fahd right now to speak about his son's condition. As an organization, we reached out to him on Saturday. We weren't able to get him because he was on his son's side with his wife. And so we've been monitoring the situation. We will open it up for questions. I ask you to please be respectful as you ask questions, just to help his father. You know, this is the first time that he's coming out, you know, from the hospital and being with us. Do we have any questions? Yes.
Can we just talk about how Sayid is feeling right now in the hospital?
Sure. يسألوا كيفه الآن في المستشفى?
Yeah, he's doing better. He went into surgery today to take the bullet out.
Sorry. Were you able to hear that? He said that he's doing better, but he just went into surgery this morning to remove the bullet.
Are doctors saying he's expected to make a full recovery, or?
Well, there's chances, but they said that he was going to make a full, but he didn't even come out. Before I came here, I came straight there. We put him in the surgery room, and I straight came here. He didn't even come out yet.
So prior to the father coming for the press conference, he went into surgery. So he will find out when he goes back to the hospital.
Have you been able to speak with him at all, or is he still completely sedated?
No, I do speak with him. Yeah, he talk, you know, but he can't even keep on talking, but he talk. He's doing.
So what has he said to you? How is he doing?
Well, he's doing good. You know, other than the pain, but he's doing good. Yes, ma'am.
How many days does he work here?
Well, he work here. You know, he go to school in the morning. You know, go to in the house, do his homework, this, and every time I want him to come and help me, sometime, you know, maybe pack up the fridge or do something, you know, to help me. So he come, you know, whenever he can. But most of the time, you know, he comes here, him and his other brother, to help me, to bring food to the table.
And how is this? This is just so unfortunate. This has really happened to your young son. How is your wife doing? How's his mom doing? What has this really done to the family?
Well, you know, it done big to the family, you know, especially, you know, I'm holding strong, you know, but the mothers, you know, but she's holding on, you know, seeing him, you know, first she couldn't even talk, she couldn't even do nothing until we brought her to the hospital, then she see him with her own eyes, then she got better.
Sayid is their oldest son.
Yeah.
So it's very devastating for the family.
This month was he just turned 18. That was his 18th birthday.
How many years you been in this
What's his birthday?
11/11.
Okay.
How many years you been in this place?
Well, this place, we've been here for almost a year since I opened. But my father, you know, before me, he owned the corners, and we've been here since the 60s. Yeah. You know, all the community, they know us. Everybody in the community, I know them. I've been here since in this neighborhood, everybody since 1990, since we came to this country.
Yes. Were you there when this happened?
No, I was by the house. I went to drop his mom to pick up some stuff from the store. You know, I was on the way back when they called me.
Did he tell you anything about what happened? It looked like one of the guys was trying to walk out with something. Did he tell you what happened?
Well, he told.
You don't have to talk about it.
The case right now is still under investigation, so he really cannot speak about the details.
And the deli is closed. Are you going to remain closed, or are you going to be opening the deli?
Well, we're going to be opening soon, you know, as soon as the investigation, they will take a fingerprints. As soon as it's finished, then we can put it back up. And the kid is good, you know, that's the most important thing is his health, in a historical way.
Mr. Muthana, you're looking for justice in this case. Your connection with your son, your father, which is 3 generations of Yemeni. You're looking for justice in this case specifically. What is justice to you?
Justice is to put those people that did it, you know, to this kid, you know, who's trying to make a living. You know, he didn't bother nobody, he didn't do nothing to nobody. I want them to bring them to justice, to serve, you know. Thank you.
Okay. If there are no more questions, I have one last speaker who's going to be speaking. His name is Hussein Bagash. He's the president of the Southern Yemen community. So please come up, Brother Hussein.
انت قول كلمه باهره ولا بترجم لك؟
اولا نحمد الله على سلامه الولد الذي استهدف من قبل عديم الرحمه. الجانب الثاني نشكر كل الحضور ونشكر الاعلاميين اللي اتوا يغطون هذا الحدث. ايضا عندي رساله لاخواني الجاليه الجنوبيه، اخواني وابنائي، احترام القوانين السائده في هذا البلد، ويعتبر ان احنا اسهمنا في الجانب النظامي والقانوني باحترامنا للقوانين. الرساله الثانيه اوجهها للاجهزه الامنيه والقضائيه بتتبع الجانب